Yes guys, how's it going? I'm Henry Bryant and that's Derren Howard. We're both reporters for Sussex World and we've just been to the pre-match press conference as Brighton and Hove Albion go away to Manchester City in a Premier League clash. So Derren, talk to me about what Fabian Hurzeler was saying. Obviously a fine run of form and looking to make this their 7th consecutive win.
Yeah, I think they can go there with a lot of confidence. Obviously they've been playing so well for the last, ever since that Nottingham Forest game though, for the last month they've been playing at a really high level. The intensity's been good, which they often talk about now, and the front five are just absolutely flying. So you've got Yankuba Minte, Karamatoma, Ruter, Pedro, and then Danny Welbeck coming off the bench as well. So they've really been in good form, and I think that attacking five, if they can get the defensive side right, that attacking five is a threat to anyone, including Manchester City, who aren't quite playing as good as they were in the past, but they're still going to be very dangerous, I think.
Absolutely, and Fabian didn't really want to go into detail when asked about some sort of handbags moments that they were seen, obviously with the likes of Guardiola and Van Hecke, and he was also asked about the fact that he's already won one game, looking to do the double over Manchester City with this clash. So yeah, what were your sort of impressions of him not wanting to get into that too much?
Yeah, I think it was fairly. There was obviously Guardiola came on, had a real go at Van Hecke. It was quite a public, they're a very animated conversation, and it's not the first time that Guardiola's done that as well to opposing players. And I asked Hurzeler whether he has an issue with sort of opposing managers having a go at his players like that. And he was quite diplomatic in his response and said that he hopes that Guardiola gave him some good advice. But I think that clash is going to be crucial. Erling Haaland and Van Hecke, it was a very physical battle at the Amex Stadium. And I think it's going to be more of the same this Saturday. So that's one I've got my eye on. I think there's going to be lots of good personal duels all over the pitch, but I think that one in particular is going to be key to how Brighton play. So yeah,
it's going to be a really interesting matchup between the two sides, and I mean they're very close in the table. Just going to one thing that was said in the broadcast section early on is Tony Bloom was spotted at Cheltenham, and he said that these next few weeks and the last remaining games of the season could turn out to be the biggest historical point for the Albion in their history. What did you make of that? Do you agree with that?
Well, I think it's really exciting times for Brighton at the moment. They're 1 point behind Manchester City, who have that final Champions League spot. And I think if they can get a positive result at the Etihad, then that's really going to set them up for the last 9 games of the season, where they can really push on for those Champions League places. And you have to agree with Tony Bloom, what he's done and the sort of upward trajectory that Brighton have been on. If they can achieve Champions League football, you know, that's huge, isn't it, in terms of the journey that they've been on. So yeah, you have to agree. It's a very historic time for Brighton, playing really well. So let's just go for it in the final stages, see what they can do.
Yeah, it's all to play for. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, and for more coverage on Brighton and everything in between, please check sussexworld.co.uk.